Hello everyone, it's Marie from Petty Soap, and we're going to be making our Jarvis Island inspired soap. So, for those of you who have not seen the little information video that I did on Jarvis Island, it's basically a piece of coral stuck in the middle of the ocean. It has no trees, it has no inhabitants. It's just a little bit of grass. Excuse me. Basically just, and it's tiny, tiny, tiny. It's got a lot of guano on it because of all the birds that poop all over the island. And so I thought about that. And being a coral island, I thought, well, my color inspiration would be the coral. And coral comes in different colors. Can come white or very pale pink, down to a what we know as a coral color, which is kind of like a peachy, orangey, reddish, orangey color. And then it can even be like a dark red. So I'm going to use those colors as inspiration, and then put a little surprise in there at the end. So I've got my oils here, and I'm going to add my lye to it. There we go. I have to apologize if I'm going to be coughing a little bit. I'm just getting over a cold, and I've got this stupid cough that's still lingering. One of those little tickle in the back of your throat, and once you get going, you can't stop. Okay. So let's... Oh, Marie, you ding-a-ling, a fraud. Oh, I was going to add some titanium dioxide to the whole lot. Urgh. Right, okay. Well, we'll add it later. Darn. Okay, this does not bode well, but let me try to think about too many things at the same time. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add it now because it's going to need quite a bit of stirring. Okay, I'm back. I just mixed a little bit of titanium dioxide in the soap batter. You see there? So I'm going to add it now. Put that in there. So that I can get it mixed in. The ideal would have been me to add it right to the oils before adding the lye, but I forgot. I forgot. So, now, next, we're going to add our fragrance. And for the fragrance, I decided to use a combination of eucalyptus for the fresh sea air that this island is, I guess, going to have, because it's so small. It's probably getting a lot of fresh ocean breezes. So the eucalyptus is kind of for that. A little bit of lemongrass for the short little bunchy grass that grows on the island. And then I added some grapefruit because, well, I just felt like it. And I thought it would give it a little bit of a nice, sweeter aroma. And then I've got my castor oil in here as well. So I'm going to add that there. And I'm going to get a mix by hand. I want it fairly fluid because I'm going to try to do some hanger swirl. And I don't want it too thick. and I'm still going to be stick blending it a bit because I'm going to make my add my other colors, so it's going to require a bit of stick blending. So it's a bit yellow because of the color of the oils, and the grapefruit essential oil is quite yellowish orangish. Okay. Shoo! Now we're going to put some of this stuff aside. Okay. So I'm going to put, let's see, I'll take 4 cups into here. Okay, and that leaves me with about 5 cups. So, you come over here. And then, let me see. I think I'm going to take, maybe about a cup in here. I'm just trying to, whoops, I almost went flying. Just trying to see how much I've got left here. I got 4 cups of this, 4 cups of that, 4, 5. Okay. And just a bit of there. There is a method to my madness, I think. I'm hoping. So now I've got some kind of red oxide mixed in with a annatto extract, which is kind of an orangey. So I'm hoping this is going to give me a little bit of a coral color. I also put a little bit of titanium dioxide in there as well, just to see, to lighten it up a little bit, because I thought it was a bit dark. So, it's more orangey than coral, but that will do. Stick that in there. And there. There, that should be enough. Okay, let's see what that gives us. More peachy than corally, but well, that'll do nicely. La la la. Okay, so I'm going to put that one aside for now, and we're going to mix our other colors. So I'm going to have some red in here. You can go over here for now. The red is just red oxide. So we're going to put that in there. There we go, red. More of a pinky red, but that's okay. You go in there. And I put actually a fair amount because I want it to be fairly dark. So, get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Oh yeah, that'll be nice. Okay. So let me clean up a little bit here. We're going to... I'm going to change the head on my blender, and then we're going to stick blend the white part a little bit more because it's still fairly liquidy. Well, we'll see. Actually, maybe we won't need to. Okay, so put you aside because you're nice. There's our white. Yeah, it could get a little thicker. Right. I got an extra, I got a second mixer exactly the same as the other one I had, so that I can just interchange the heads. Okay, we don't want it too thick. So, let me just make some room here. So we've got our nice corally color here. We've got our red here and our white. So we're going to get our mold and we're going to pour all of this in here. Like so. And I'm not keeping any for the top. Top's going to be a surprise. Well, I mean, not that much of a surprise. You guys might actually know exactly what I'm going to do. But we'll see. There are bubbles out. And okay. I'm just going to double check to make sure that you are seeing this. Yes, you are. Okay, dokie. Now then, we're going to add some red to this from on high. So here comes put all the red in here. All of it, all of it. pink actually than a red. It's not that dark, but oop. Plump, 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 plump. Okay, that's that. Now, we need another. We're going to put some white in there as well. Again, from a great height, so it sinks. Okay, I think that's good enough for the white. Okay, now, hanger swirl time. Actually, let me just get rid of the air bubbles. Tamp it down a little bit. And hanger, hanger, hanger. Okay. Okay. So now, this is always such a mess to clean. Until I found out that you just kind of run your fingers on there and it wipes it much better than a cloth. Okay. Right. So what I'm hoping that the hanger swirl did is that it made some little spiky design which would kind of resemble a little bit like coral, or resemble coral, not like coral. So let's clean this up a bit and we'll clean the edges around here because it kind of made a whole mess. And then we'll do the rest. It's kind of a nice color actually. There's a little thing of, I don't know what there. This piece of the little paint flecks from the hanger. The hanger is painted blue, bigger. Okay, let's put you away for a bit. Put it down a bit more. Air bubbles. And hopefully it will set a little bit while we get ready for this. Now in this bit, I'm going to do some blue. And we're going to put, this is kind of thick. We're going to put a blue layer, which, because this is an island, the blue is going to symbolize the water. So, and a lot of the coral is as part of the reef, so it's underneath the surface of the water. So, there you go. I'm mixing my blue, see if you can see here. Put the blue in there. And again, I used a fair amount of blue, ultramarine blue oxide in here to get a fairly dark blue. But it might be, with the titanium dioxide already in there, it might still come out a little bit light. But we'll see. Okay, so that's not enough. That's not a bad blue. It's kind of a gray blue. And that's the only blue colorant that I've got. I would have preferred maybe more of a royal blue, but oh well, this will do still. like an aqua. That would have been nice. Unless I put a little bit of green in there. Nah. Excuse me. Okay, let's big blend this a little bit. Smelling quite nice. I hadn't really thought that grapefruit would go with eucalyptus and lemongrass, but it's rather nice actually. It's fruity, but yet it's kind of got a little bit of the Vicks Vapor Rub smell in there. All right. It's set up a little bit more. It's still a little bit liquidy, but we'll try it and see how it is. So now I've got my blue layer, and I'm going to be putting a very thin layer on top, and that will be our water that is covering our coral reef. Get this out there. So let's see how this is. Yeah, it's not liquidy enough to do this much. Okay, I can just okay. Put some in here on the sides. I think it might have sunk a little bit. Well, that's okay. I mean, the surface of the ocean isn't totally straight. Is it? This will be interesting to see what it looks like. What a mess. Messy, messy, messy. All the last drops. Phew, excuse me, I just sneezed. Move this out a bit. We will tamp it down clean it up a little bit. Well, clean it up a whole lot because I made a big mess. Okay. Oops. Don't want any blue on the sides because we're going to put another layer. And I think you know what's coming. The final layer on my poopy island is going to be a poopy layer. Yep, we're going to put guano on top. That's why I have some white left over. See? There's the guano. Yum. Okay, so if I give my soap away to people, I'm not going to tell them this is guano. Okay, so it's oops. Thick layer of guano. I looked up guano, and actually it is a broader, it's not just bird poop basically, it's a broader, got a broader definition. It is the poop and pee of bats, birds, and sea lions. Oh, lovely. So, it's a whole lot of crap, I guess. That's basically what it is. Now, I take it guano is actually wider than this. This has got a little bit of a yellow tinge to it. So, we'll say it's guano from birds and mammals that have eaten a lot of lemons. Or vitamin B. I don't know if you've noticed, but vitamin B does have a very, very, very yellow color to it. And it's almost neon yellow. Okay. Whoops. I'm going to flip that all over the place. Alright, so let's smooth this out a little bit. Actually, let's do. I was going to do little bird prints in here, but they're just not really coming out very well. So I'm just going to swirl this. This just ended up going to be swirled guano. There we go. So you can tell I was already playing with this just to see if it was thick enough. Swirl, 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 swirl. So then we'll put it to bed and we'll cut it tomorrow and see what it looks like inside. Goodbye for now. Hey everyone, time to cut the soap. So here we have our Jarvis Island inspired soap. There's the guano on top, the small layer of blue that represents the water, and then the coral underneath. So let's see what it looks like inside. Okie dokie. Oh, a little bit more there. Everybody ready? Here goes. I'm going to hold on to this. There's our coral inside. It actually came out. Alright, let's just take out the end piece. And here we go. So I don't know how well you can see this. There's one. And it smells very nice, actually. It's a combination of eucalyptus, lemongrass, and grapefruit. There we go. Wow, I can't believe one of my soaps actually turned out the way I wanted it to turn out. See? Actually, let's just make sure that this is all. There we go. Some have not quite a bit of color, not a lot of color, but yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Jarvis Island Poopy Soap. I do like the blue contrast with the coral. That actually kind of turned out really nice. Doop doop doop. I made a big batch, so I'm glad it turned out. Nothing like, making a big batch of soap that's kind of a so-so turnout. Okay, so I'll just clean up this, and then we'll cut out the other little stump. Bing! There's the other end piece here. And kind of pretty much the same inside. There we go. And each piece is exactly the same size as the others because I love my new cutter. There we go. So I'm going to clean them up and get a little family picture together, and that's it. So thank you for watching.